time as we preview some of the action coming up. Call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Unlike any other in sport, as both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up. The Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by their 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback. Now in his 16th season, the veteran Ben Roethlisberger.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Set! Flex 30! All right. Let's go, D, let's go! Flex,
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
And, partner, sometimes it's good for a team to get the Thursday nighter right after a loss because you don't have very long to stew on what just happened. You have to turn right around, get ready, and go out and play again. Or, as one of the veterans told me, I actually like this because I keep my anger for this short amount of time and take it out on the other team.
Catch made by Slayton. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Come on, QB, come on.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And Eifert has it. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
Ready? Block 80! 57. Here we go, D.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. They go play action with Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And New York set to take the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check 3, check 3.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsay. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. To the car. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Let's go.
Here's Lindsay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. 2 points down, he's coming.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check 31. Check 31.
Now it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, 24. Alert, alert. Try 59.
Off of play action, it's Watson rolling to his left. Throw caught here by Bird. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Damiere Byrd, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. Well, look now at our starting defense. Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Got a man, Slayton. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Fournette. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Black 20. Jack 16.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get wide.
This is McCoy. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Hey, 31!
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Fournette running out of the gun. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against his defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us exactly why he was worried.
Yeah, this #1 defense, they can put that on their highlight reel. They have been able to stop the run all season long. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Lewis here on first down. Able to avoid him at the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Second and 4.
To throw is Watson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
You better be a
They'll run on first down. Lewis. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Watson will find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, it's Lewis. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Check. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll try and run. Picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
After review of the play,
this challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. They come out here in the eye. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Watson out to his left. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Deshaun Watson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Yeah, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught by Richardson. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Marr able to put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. D. Ford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. He's going to loft one deep left side here, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Able to find Walter. That's complete. 23 yards, the final tally.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
24! Check 25! Check 25!
From the 50, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Watch the ship.
Now Watson. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And that one results in 35 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Operate from the red zone now on first down. Faking the give. Now Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Set. 19. That's in the core. Check. First down.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. LaShawn McCoy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kenny Stills, his second touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
This is it. I got it. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
After the penalty, it's McCoy.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that penalty will back him up half the distance to the goal line.
This is it. 19. I know he ain't got it. Hey, 51. 57. Mike, 57.
Back to throw, Watson. That's complete to Sterling. A good pickup there at 22.
Here we go.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is McCoy. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watch it slap. Watch it slap. Watch it slap. Tighten up. Tighten your leg. Check. 54.
Watson now to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. Watch the eye. 51 the mark, boy. 51. Ready?
Third and 2, Watson. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Now a toss play to Lewis. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. And I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, Watson, and an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Watson off play action. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. On second down, it's McCoy. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, They can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. And he gets us inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Ravens' 9-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets will extend their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch tight end. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 now.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's Eifert. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Silver.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Roethlisberger now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Complete. Richardson has it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let them bleed the game out that way.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 18.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd and very short, Roethlisberger. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Roethlisberger will throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
1st down, Jets.
20, 52, 31. Switch.
Tenth carry now for McCoy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll keep on the ground. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Let's go.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a first down carry here from McCoy. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
On second down, it's McCoy. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that, because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
The draw play here, Lewis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
This is it. 19.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now, because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away, because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Jets, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.